Hey everybody, I'm David Cross. I got my beautiful wife running camera for me today. And today we're going to cover how to fish a small stream and catch big fish in it. So before we even start, we'll talk real quick about gear. If you want to land a big fish in small water, you don't need really heavy duty setup, but you do need a couple of things. A net is really going to help if you want to try to land a big fish. If you're using smaller gear, which I've got 6-pound line and a 6'6" ultralight. We're going to be using a Panther Martin number 4, and a spinnerbait is a great bait for beginners. They're really easy to fish. You can use them just about all the time as far as water clarity. When you're fishing a small stream like this is one of the most important parts. You're going to be up close to these fish, up close and personal. It's important, in my opinion, that you fish working against the stream, okay? There's really 2 reasons for that. Number 1, you can sneak up from behind the fish. All the fish are swimming with the against the current, so they're all looking that way, facing away from you, okay? When the water's this small, they're going to see you if you come in upstream of them. A lot of times, not all the time, okay? So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is we're going to also be casting upstream in front of them and retrieving our bait past them. And the reason I like to do that is because it kind of imitates bait fish or something that's wounded, swimming by, maybe a bug, whatever it might be, going naturally with the current. Let's get into this, see if we can catch us a couple brown trout. That's what we're going after today. You can see there's a small curve up here in front of us, and then once it gets through that curve, the water slows right down and gets really deep. And there's a little bit of brush on that left side. Perfect spot right in that current or on that left side for one to be hanging out. So we're going to throw in there and see if we can catch them. So this is the 3rd spot we stopped at, really. 3rd type of spot. And it's kind of similar to number 2. There's a big curve, and all the current's over here on this right side, and it's shaded over there. So right there is gonna be a perfect spot. I'm gonna fish this little spot right here first. There's one right there. Nice fishing too. It's still a little guy. Probably a nice 15 or 16 inch male right there. Beautiful. On the spinnerbait in the small water. Yeah. Let's get you a big one now. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta play a little song to get the fish in the right mood. That was cool. He was tucked way up under there, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Man, they hide in the coolest spots. Probably less than a foot deep right there. So what we've got right here is just perfect. There's a little curve. After the curve, the water's all really on the right side of the river here. There's really not much water coming through over here. And there's probably a deep spot, and there's shade. There's a tree. I mean, if there's a big fish in here, this would be the spot where he'd be. See that? Mm-hmm. A small fish just followed it.
I don't know if it's good at this.
So what I'll do, if I think there's a big fish in a hole, like I think there's a big one in there, it looks like a perfect spot. So before I leave, I'm gonna switch to a jerk bait, and we'll just throw a jerk bait up in there Sometimes that'll get those big boys to bite just as like a reaction if they're not really in a feeding mood. So we'll do that real quick just before we leave. We'll see. This is a rainbow trout X-Wrap, which brown trout do not like rainbow trout. Little FYI. And it's got a little rattle to it. That looks pretty good right there. Gotta put it right up in there close to him. Nothing. Oh my goodness! Did you see that?
No, that's pretty bad.
Okay. I didn't really set the hook or anything on that, so I think there's a good chance that fish will bite again. This came out from under that log like a torpedo. Let's try again. Trying to hit a pretty small window. This is where practicing casting really pays off and being able to hit where you want to hit. I'm trying to put it between that tree, the base of that tree, and those sticks up there to the left, right along that bank, just out from that green grass. That's where I'm trying to land it. Because I think if there's a big fish in there, which there obviously is, it's going to be right underneath that tree, that big tree. So I'm trying to throw upstream of that and have the lure come down right past that spot. Got it. Got it. Yes. Easy, easy. Oh, this fish is too big for this net. This fish is way too big for this net. Oh my goodness. Hand over the net. Hand over the net. Yes! That was awesome right there. What a show. Big female brown trout on the rainbow trout jerkbait.
Smiling time.
Just a brute, okay? Let's let him go. Or her go, actually. Get some oxygen back in her. She's gonna take off here. Oh man. Oh yes. That was awesome. Huge female. Tiny stream. If you don't get him with the spinner, throw on a jerkbait. There's a big fish in there. She might hit. If you're new to the channel and you like watching Brooke and I fish, hunt, do all that kind of redneck stuff, hit all those bells and whistles, hit the subscribe and the bell button and all that stuff so you can watch more of our videos. We got lots of stuff in the pipeline. And anyways, hope you guys enjoy the content. Good luck out there in the water. Tight lines.
What? In tight lines, is that a thing?